as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago. People were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set! Black 20. We got it. Check 13. Check 13.
The first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 and went against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben.
Switch up.
From the 38, Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. To hold on to that one, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
1st down, Baltimore.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on your partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete.
and 10.
All right, now, 20, Monday.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On the draw play, Coleman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Roethlisberger now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 more yards there and another first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
We own them.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because Nowadays, in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Roethlisberger on target to Washington, and he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
He'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw is Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to Ingram. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. But now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
First down, Ravens.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
Well, I tell you, you can't fault the pass protection here. He had all day to throw, and he just couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. And quarterbacks will tell you that after a while, they start getting antsy back there. So this is just a great job defensively to stay with these receivers as long as they did.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They go play action now. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. A little too much air under that one. That could have easily been 6 points.
Yeah, what kind of speed he has is almost impossible, we think, to actually overthrow him. But he did exactly that. I think he probably tried to get it out there maybe just a little bit too quickly.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson. As the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. Now it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down. Jackson now, 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, Ingram. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Ingram again. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. They'll run with Hill, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Dixon, and good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Come on, QB, come on.
On 2nd down now, it's Hill. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 3rd and goal, option right. Now here's Hill. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw once more on second and 10. Roethlisberger got an open man. It's Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw on second and 10. Roethlisberger going for the deep. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for two. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Everyone got 4. 26 Mike. 26 Mike.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard. There.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
The tackle made by Mike Hilton. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
26 marks. Rip left.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Jackson now 15 out of 17 through the air. Only 2 incompletions. It's first down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Jackson now off the bootleg. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49.
Hey, Alpha.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A big bid intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch, counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
First down carry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson options out left. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 35 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks would tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
He's coming, he's coming. You must be
Here's Roethlisberger. But he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. Another. Incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Throw left side to start out. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And an alley to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And they will take a knee here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. 97 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
Pick it up, pick it up. 50.
48 Mike.
Hey, I-7.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points